I don't know who my dad is, so let's take a DNA test. For a bit more context, hi, my name's Beth, I'm 26 years old and I've never met my dad before. In fact, I'm not even doing the DNA test with my dad, I'm doing it with my sister. I air quote sister as for obvious reasons. I don't know if she's my sister or not, but here's a story on how I got into doing this DNA test in the first place. So when I was 14 years old, I started the search looking for my dad, as before then I'd never really had any interest in kind of finding him, getting to know him, etc. And then curiosity got the best of me when I turned 14, and I thought I got to the age where I wanted to know who my dad was, I wanted to know what he looked like, and I started the search for him. I got to several private investigators at the time. I looked on Facebook, Instagram, social media platforms, and still nothing. I just kind of gave up. I think I got so overwhelmed by the situation at such a young age that I just was like, you know what, now's not the time. Back in November, I decided I wanted to start the search to find out who my dad was, so I reached out to a Facebook group called Long Lost Families, who helped me so much. They basically gave me 15 years worth of information that I never had. I got given date of birth, full name, marriage status, home address, and lots of other information that was quite overwhelming. I'm just gonna type his name in on Facebook again and see what it comes up with. I couldn't find his name, so I typed in his last name, and I basically messaged every single person with that last name in the local area what I got given with, asking if they know and if they did, then please get in contact with me. It took one message from a girl who turns out that she could be my cousin. I messaged this girl the same message as I messaged everyone else, being like, hi, do you know and she straight away within 5 minutes was like, yeah, he's my Uncle Y. And I was like, as soon as I read that message, I just got an instant gut feeling, and I knew that this was it, and I was one step closer to knowing who my dad was. The conversation went back and forth. Obviously, she was very curious, and for understandable reasons. You kind of want to know who this person is, so I gave a little bit more context, and in the end I did end up saying, I think I'm his daughter. She was then like asking questions, being curious, and I mainly just kind of wanted to get in contact with her uncle or even her dad. And then I just thought to myself, let's think outside the box a bit, and I went onto her Facebook friends, and I'd always been told that I had a sister, so I typed in her name on her friends list just to see if she was friends with her, and lo and behold, there she was. The sister who I'm taking this DNA test was on her friends group, so out of instinct I literally messaged straight away, and then I quickly deleted it, and I was like, why on earth did I message? And then I ended up sending the message to her and then her partner, because I think the message didn't go through, so I also sent one to her partner being like, hi, if she sees this, can you give her a message? And I deleted it, but I was too late. He'd already seen the message and obviously passed on the message to her. I think it was within like half an hour she'd then messaged back being like, hi, can you like call me when you've got a sec? And I was just like, what on earth? I think I was just so overwhelmed that I was getting a lot of information at once, and I just wanted to talk to my mom. I wanted to confirm that everything was correct with my mom, so I was on the phone to my mom for ages, and she kept texting me being like, when you've got a second, and I kept being like, I'm on the phone with my mom. Yeah, so that's kind of how the story started. We've been talking on and off since November now, and for obvious reasons, she wants to confirm that I am her sister, and I also want to confirm that I'm her sister, because if she's not my sister, then it just means that my search continues. And yeah, this is just one step on my journey to find my dad. Obviously, I'm not going to include every single bit of detail, but the results I will share. Stay tuned for part 2. I don't even know how to start this video, and I've tried to start it about 10 times. I can now confirm that I did receive the results today, and she is my sister, and I think I'm going to cry again. I'm just so... It's not sad tears at all, like I'm literally so happy. I feel like a massive weight has been lifted off my shoulders. Now that I actually can confirm confirm that it is the person who I thought it was. Like, I don't know, I just feel so overwhelmed. I'm so happy that this girl who I've been speaking to for so many months and I've built a relationship with is actually my sister. I think that's the hardest part of it all. Like, when I was talking to my sister, you get to know each other, you build a relationship, and we get on really well. And I just thought to myself for so many days, like, if this comes back as we're not sisters, like, what are we gonna do? Like, we've literally formed this friendship, and I'm just so overwhelmed. And I feel like the support I've got on TikTok is actually unreal. Like, so many of you guys have been so invested in my story, and I hope it's the results you wanted as well. What do you do? What do you do in these situations? Like, I feel like the next thing is that we need to meet, and I'm very overwhelmed, but I'm honestly just so happy. Like, I can finally know who my dad is. I have nieces, I have nephews, I have a whole new family that I can get to know, and I'm so happy. But yeah, let's bring on the meeting vlogs.
I think it's crazy how social media works. It's so mental, genuinely. You know, you think about 30 years ago, you could never ever do this. You could never join a Facebook group. You could never email strangers, and you just had to do it so manually. And a lot of people out there from like 50 years ago who may passed away by now would never have known their family because there's not tools like this. I think it's just crazy. Like, and the fact she's found this cousin just from joining a Facebook group and, you know, getting all these details. But I guess when you're 14 as well, it's a struggling situation to go through because you have all these hormones, you know, all your friends are with their family, you go to sleepovers and their dad, and it does upset you because you're just a bit like, where is my dad? Why can't I have this? Why am I chosen? So, you know, when you're 14 and you have all this power of social media, you're going to try and do it yourself. And I know for this sort of situation, I'd just be like her, and I'd be like, I can't do it, it's so overwhelming. It's horrific, you know, all this Father's Day, she's not being able to celebrate, there's birthdays, there's Christmases, parties, holidays. There's so much she's missed out on, and knowing that she had a sister in her local area, it's heartbreaking as well, because you can just tell she really wants this, and if this is her sister, then she can get in contact with her dad. And we don't always know the full story. We don't know why dad's not in the life. We don't know why she's never known about this sister. I'm just like reading the comments to try and see if... Okay, so someone actually said, can I ask how your mum couldn't help you with some information? And then she's responded going, she has given me all the information I've ever needed, etc., such as his name and the area he used to live in. That's all she ever could, as it was only one time thing. Okay, so it's like one of those situations, you know, when it's like a one-time stand. You know, when she does find that her dad, he's going to be in so much shock because it's a daughter he's never known about, you know. And if he has his own daughter, clearly by her being her sister, that's a lot of life he's just missed, basically. And I hope it's everything she's ever wanted, so good luck for her. How exciting.